Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to be showcasing a few different kinds of shooting mechanics in Rimworld, and we'll start off by showing that the weapon quality does have an effect on your accuracy. So we have Pansy here. His shooting skill is 9, so definitely not too bad. He's not a careful shooter or trigger happy or anything like that. Currently he has a charge rifle, an awful charge rifle equipped, and it's at 84% wear. This one is sitting over here is at normal at 99%. So as he's sitting here with this awful one, 84% wear on it, he's a 7.9% chance to shoot his target here. So if we were to equip that, remember that is 7.9, so that's 79%. 7.9% here, and we have a 12% chance on this normal charge rifle. So that is a significant effect, you know, on his accuracy, right? You know, going from 7.9, where there's a bit of a difference in weather here. Weather does have an effect on your guy's accuracy, but the point is the wear on the rifle or weapon does make a difference on shooting accuracy, so, or the quality of it rather. So the other thing we're going to be kind of showing is, you can see I have the show roof tool on, and we're going to be showing that having a roof over your head will sometimes give the enemies more accuracy against you, but it is also going to increase your accuracy versus the enemies, especially if there's any kind of weather happening outside. So right now we have a gentle snow going on, not a whole lot. So if you look at Spider's chance to shoot Pansy, we have a 30% chance. Now if we were to move out of cover, I'd be willing to reckon that his accuracy is going to go down from 30% down to 24%. So a 6% chance, definitely at least a little bit significant. If we were to go, I guess first we could see Pansy's chance to hit here, 11%, and I would be willing to bet that his accuracy versus me is probably going to go up a little bit. And indeed it does, goes up to 12%, and that's because Spider here is underneath of this roof. We can turn that mechanic off. He's underneath of that roof, and he is not being affected by the weather. And both the shooter and the target are affected by the weather, and it affects the accuracy of both the shooter trying to hit his target, because he's shooting at Spider and he's not in the snow, so he's going to be a little bit easier to shoot. But the significance of Spider's accuracy moving from 30% in this case down to 24%, our accuracy improvement is significantly more than the enemy's, so we definitely want to try and keep a roof over our head, even if it does increase the enemy's accuracy every once in a while. So as far as being behind a wall goes, you are going to be better off behind a wall than if you were behind a sandbag. We can see here, it doesn't really, so he is 11% here. This is another one with no roof over it. You can see that this one does have a roof over it. So 11% to 11%, and then this is going to go back up to 12% here on Pansy's chance because he is over a roof. And if there is no sandbags on either side of it, his shot chance is still going to be the same. I feel like sometimes, although the sandbags, like when we have Pansy's shot chance here, it says granite wall stop 75%. When the sandbags are on the side, it visually kind of seems like the sandbags are absorbing some shots that might have otherwise kind of passed through. Not 100% sure whether or not that would actually indicate that it's stopping a shot from hitting the target or not, but that's just kind of the way it looks. In general, I like having sandbags alongside the walls, just because you can, if you have a setup kind of like this, what we have for a defensive line here, if enemies are trying to rush you down, usually they'll rush the turrets. Melee guys will, because they're going to be in front of your guys. But if you have the sandbags in here, that'll slow them down. It takes them time to get over the sandbags, so you can get some extra shots in on them before their melee guys kind of rush you down. But again, so Pansy's chance to hit here, 11%. So if we look behind a sandbag, his chance to hit is 16%, and the sandbag stops 65% instead of the 75%. And none of these have any ceilings over them or anything like that. It doesn't matter if there's one sandbag behind, or if he's behind a couple, or if he's surrounded. His shoot chance is 16% here, 16% here, and we're making sure that we're moving away from the distance of the target. 16% here, and same exact is going to be over here, 16% on Pansy. So that is kind of showcasing having a roof over your head is going to be a little bit superior, and having a being behind a wall is definitely going to be significantly better than being behind a sandbag. There are some other factors that can go into shooting and stuff like that, but this is definitely, hopefully, showing you a couple of mechanics that you might not have already known. As far as basic defense goes, this is how I like to do my base defenses. I feel like having a more open area for enemies, like this is a bit excessive. We've just kind of cheated in a whole bunch of walls and just made a showcase of how you can, kind of wall off the edges of your base or wall off certain sections of your base. You could have kind of put a wall up here and then just had enemies kind of be forced to attack you up in this area, or you could have basically took this, turned it on its side, and crafted in this direction, and that way you only have to build a wall up to here, and then a wall like a couple of, like 1 or 2 walls here, and here, and etc. So it's not like you had to go this crazy and like build something as large as this, but this is just the basic idea of a defense that I typically like to utilize. And I feel like having a more open defense allows for me to get raided a little bit, or excuse me, not raided. It allows me to get sieged a little bit less. It's not always the case, but it's just kind of, I like having the enemies have an open area of attack and stuff like that. So maybe you could use this type of defense. I'm not really a huge fan of the kind of more condensed kind of kill box things. I like having my guys behind here shooting alongside the turrets. Makes it a little bit more fun for me. But hopefully you learned a couple of things about the different mechanics of shooting here just by showcasing cover, essentially. So thank you very much. We'll see you next time.